All right, welcome everybody. We are now streaming YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch RC Night. The chat is up and running. Looks like we're going to skip through the practice rounds here. Because nobody wants to practice, so we're going to get right into seating. I believe we finally figured out how to get the live time working here. We got us a pretty good platform here so we can actually get things done. Gabe, did Super Dirt get practiced? Okay. You guys are seeing behind the honeycomb here. All right. So dirt late model beginner out of the box class, Gabriel and Garrett. You got 5 minutes to qualify. Those are nice, ain't they?
They really are for the money. If I remember, I'll bring one in Thursday.
All right.
They're pinch scales. They're not even half the size of that one. That's why I think that's way before the pinch scale.
Garrett Burden coming up right now. He's running a fastest lap, it says there, of 19 point something, but it's 4.330 is his fastest here. Garrett Burton's car definitely handling a lot better than it was last week. He's able to run that low side pretty consistently. So Garrett's got his 5 laps. So 4.330. Gabriel. They got, all right. Gabriel Kirtley up now. Of course, first lap there. Not really going to register real good. Second lap there, 4.550. So he's a little bit behind Garrett there. 4.490. 4.269, and Gabriel is going to be done. All right, Gabe, you got yours. I'm going to go ahead and finish this out. And then we're going to move into the next race. Isaac Shepard, Jason Howard. You got 5 minutes to turn 5 laps. You get 5 laps, but you got 5 minutes to make them. Isaac right now, 4.230. He's got a pretty quick car there. Pushing a little bit hard coming out of the corners, a little darty on the inside corners. All right, Isaac, a 3.890. Jason, you're up next. If you guys are interested in some RC action here at Lanes Raceway, kind of how we do this is we do practice 5 minutes, qualify 5 minutes, heat. We do 20 laps. We do 2 heats with 6-car heats. B main 40 laps with 1 transfer into the A main, which is 50 laps. All right, Jason, a 4 even. Up next, Dirt Lake Model, Chris Henderson, Blake Panel, and Tim Hall. You guys got 5 minutes to run 5 laps. Yeah, it don't matter. Whoever gets up there first. Y'all can run them all simultaneous if you want. It's kind of like F1 qualifying. Chris's car here definitely more sensitive on the turning ratio here, as he's running 4.220 so far into his 4th lap. You guys see the lines we painted there. That's where they're going to be starting when we start the heat races. All right, Chris, a 4.220. And here comes Tim Hall on the number 19 late model. Tim Hall right now, 4.510. Now a 3.990. That's probably your second best time so far. All right, Tim, a 3.990. Blake Panel, you're up next. Blake Panel in the plum crazy looking car here. What's this for, honey? I don't. The software does it all. All I got to do is just move through it. That's what we spent the last snow day for. Me and my brother, when it snowed us out a couple days ago, we come in here to figure this software out. Special thanks to some of the RC guys there in Evansville that Jason was able to get a hold of. Kind of steered us to the right direction. All right, Blake Panel, 4.30. All right, now we're in the Dirt Modified. Dirt Modified, Jason Howard, Gabriel Kirtley, Jeff McMahon. Here comes Jeff and Tim. Tim, you're not up yet. Okay. I think you can check this stuff out on Lifetime Live RC on our webpage to see. Jeff, you're good to go if you want to go ahead. Yeah, yep, I will for you guys race before we start the heat races. That's how I see it. So this is my control area for the live stream. Then that's our chat. Just yeah. Are they really? You need to video that, Tim, and put it on Facebook. Jeff McMahon right now running his first lap there. Going to be a 16.579 for his first. Down to a 7.180. 6.490. 6.160 and all right, Jeff, a 6.160. Jason or Gabriel, you're up with 2 minutes and 38 seconds left to go. Jason hired out there in his number 5 blue and white car here. Trying a 4.340 so far. He's got the car definitely hooking a lot better than last week. It's the kind of stuff you want to see here. 4.059, even dropping it lower. All right, Jason, a 4.059. Gabriel Kirtley, you're up. Minute 53 left. Gabriel and Jason exchanging words here as Jason goes to Bear Claw Gabriel's K7. Gabriel coming around there. 5.370. It's a breakout lap there. 5.370 yet again. 4.019, which is the best right now. All right, Gabriel, 4.019. All right, up next, Dirt Modified, Tim Hall, Blake Panel, Garrett Burden. You got 5 minutes to qualify. Tim Hall at first with the 19 Tim Hall Racing yellow and neon orange car. Right now, 4.350 into a 4.120 to a 4.110. All right, Tim, 4.110. And we got Garrett Burden here. Well, it used to be the house car. Garrett Burden's rebuilt. Let's see how good he does with the old school house car here. Coming off quick there, 4.559. 4.309, definitely a competitive car here. 4.269, it keeps getting faster. All right, Garrett, a 4.269. Very impressive there. Whatever Garrett's tuned on since last week is working for him. Blake Panel up next. Blake Panel's first lap of 5.430. A little bit of a spin out there. 5.430. 5.30. All right, Blake, a 4.440. All right, practice qualify up next. Super Dirt Late Model. Tim Hall, Blake Panel, Chris Henderson. Got 5 minutes to qualify. Mike Woodard, hello, people. Toots Kirtley, hey there, commentator. Hello, Toots Kirtley. For those that don't know, that is, yeah, you're good to go, Tim. That's my wife, Toots. We call her T. So Tim in the Super Late Model 3.480, and as you guys can tell, they're just like the real thing. You can't full throttle a full super model. Uh, So you hear these guys really with the accelerator there, and that's just to keep traction under control. Tim, 3.480. So these things are radical to say the least. Some of them got 10,000 K motors. Some people are just running lipos, but it's our step up from the out of the box class. Blake Panel up next. We'll see how he does here. Blake Panel in the Plum Crazy Cars. What's wrong controller? All right, Blake's going to go grab the other controller. All these controllers are set to each one of these cars. So Chris Henderson going to go ahead and drop his car down. And you can see how much quicker these cars are on the straight stretches. It's going to require a lot of finesse for sure to run these things. Chris Henderson with a 3.730 right now. 3.640. All right, Chris, a 3.640. Jason Howard saying rookie numbers. Here comes Blake Panel in for his 5-lap qualifier. Blake Panel hugging that inside line. It's paying off for him. 3.340, the fastest so far. Inside line might be the kick here. All right, Blake, a 3.340. All right, guys, last qualifier. Jason, you might want to bring that to a stop. 5 minutes, Isaac Shepard, Jason Howard, Gabriel Kirtley. Good to go. Jason Howard here in his super late model. His super late model has been hooking ever since day one. There with a 3.440. 3.30, that's the fastest we've seen so far. 3.250, he's breaking that. I think he's one of them that's running the stock motor with it too. Jason, a 3.250. Tim Hall congratulating Jason on a good run. Isaac and Gabriel have about 4 minutes to run their 5 laps. Gabriel Kirtley getting his car started here. Gabriel Kirtley's got the full coilover treatment. He's got 10,000 K motor also on this car. So he runs a 3.520 out of the gate. And man, that thing is radical. 3.180 though, that is the fastest time. You good? All right. Isaac, you're up. Gabriel's already went through one of the late models here. He had a bad wreck last week, ended up shattering his chassis. It was crazy. All right, we got Isaac turning his first lap. He's hugging the bottom side too. This paid off for Blake. We'll see if it pays off for him. Isaac, you're not showing up, man, on the super dirt. Yeah, I guarantee it, because it's not even registering. Is it facing up? Yeah, make sure that thing's facing straight up. It ain't registering. So Isaac's going to get his car fixed here. He's got 2 minutes and 20 seconds or he'll default. All right, here comes Isaac here. Hey, for some reason or another, it's already showed him run his 5 laps. Did you run 5 laps? I bet that's what it was. All right, Isaac, you ran a 3.70. All right, right, now we're moving into our first heat race. And it's going to be seeded by the fastest lap, prior results, heat ordering. We're going to invert it. Okay, invert the seating order. All right, I think we're good. Then we go to racing. All right, guys, first heat race, 20 lapper. Tim Hall, Isaac Shepard in the dirt late model beginner. Hey, Gabe, how do I? Okay, never mind. I see it. Do I want to throw a red flag or a yellow flag when they flip? Yellow. Let who get in? What's that? That's fine if you want to do that. You want to do that with him real quick? Okay. Tim, 1 second. We're going to add a racer. Colin, do you want to get in the race? We can add him in. Okay. T, go ahead and add him in. No, no, you can take it. Gabe, you should just be able to throw him into that heat, right? Go under racers. Yeah, drivers. Select him and then drag him over, right? It will. So I'll just put him in third place here. Okay. All right, Tim, you'll be in first. Isaac in second. We can do that if y'all like. Now in the feature race, we okay. All right, guys. Y'all ready? Go ahead. I don't think it added him, Gabe. Is there one flipped? I don't think it added him. Oh, I get it. Got him. He's in. All right, guys. No. Isaac, lucky for you, we got spare parts. All right, you guys ready? Here we go. Yellow flag. sure? All right, here we go. Green flag. Right now, Tim Hall out in the lead here. Did you set the breakout? What's the breakout on here? They're not getting their laps, dude. But Dad 10 or 0166. Got to turn the steering down. Too choppy, too twitchy. Hang on a second here, folks. We just lost all communication here to the scoring engine. Yeah, go ahead. There we go, Gabe. That fixed it. Whatever you did fixed it. Made it where it's counting laps now. Oh, Tim Hall there. Looked like he was hovering for a second. Yellow flag. Yeah, you can come in. Oh, shoot, dude. I just lost them. Okay. All right, guys. Watch your lights. What's that, Gabe? Okay. Tim Hall on his last lap here. Tim Hall going to bring home the first heat race here. All right, guys, that's it. If you would, when you get done, help track marshal the next race, please. All right, next up in Heat Race 2 for the Dirt Late Model Beginner Series is Chris Henderson and Jason Howard. Dad 0166, I have told these guys a few times that, keeping it really twitchy like that, not a good idea, especially for getting some good rhythms and turning those low line D shaped, well, or egg shape, I guess you would say, corners, is it's better if you have it like you said, where it's not as twitchy. But some people they want to drive it twitchy, and it ends up costing you because what happens is when somebody pops out in front of you and scares you, you're overcompensating, and you end up getting that car swapping back and forth and wrecking. All right, guys, y'all ready? Good to go. Different software. Right now, Jason Howard in the lead, turning a fast lap 4.059. Chris bouncing off the wall there, coming out of turn 4. Jason still hanging on to that first place here. Both these guys pretty smooth behind the controls here, as you can tell. The track just recently, right before these guys got here, got turned over. So track's extra grippy right now. Now it will change as the night progresses and get a little bit dry, slick down low, and you'll see some of these back ends wanting to step out on them. But right now, for the meantime, these cars are hooking up good. 10 laps in, halfway there, Jason Howard in the lead. Right behind him, though, about half a lap, is Chris Henderson. Chris Henderson here and Jason both turning within 200ths of a second between their fastest laps. And that's probably just the difference between scraping on that wall just a hair. But Jason's running real smooth down low and keeping it somewhat moderate, and that's also keeping his lap times up pretty quick. As he turns into his 18th lap here, he's starting to gain a little bit on Chris. You can actually hear the batteries kind of dialing down a little bit here. Jason Howard's going to bring it home in heat 2. If you guys don't mind, track marshal for the next heat. Next up, dirt late model beginner class. Garrett Burden, Blake Panel, Gabriel Kirtley. Garrett will be in first. Blake in second and Gabriel in third. Jason Howard with the baton. Look at those ninja skills. Make sure everybody's car's on, controller's on. Here we go. You're good to go. All right, now they're going green here as Jason sticks his stick out there. Leading the pack right now is Garrett Burden, followed by Blake Panel. Gabriel Kirtley there in third position. Gabriel Kirtley taking the high side approach here. Seems like he might be down a little bit on power compared to the other two guys here. But Garrett Burden is running an impressive mid-side exchange here with his car. That thing is hooking up really good with the black tires here. 1RC tires from Lanes Raceway. Gabriel seems to be maybe gaining just a hair, but then losing it when he gets in the corners to Blake's plum crazy car. Or to Blake's plum crazy car, excuse me. Gabriel Kirtley hitting the downside portion of the track. We're going to see Blake here turning, or Garrett turning 12 laps, followed by Blake. Nobody's went a lap down yet, but Garrett is making steady improvement on the other two. Garrett Burden's leading right in front of the purple car. Gabriel Kirtley there in third, losing a little bit of time hitting that wall. Garrett now got him within about a third of the track, 17 total laps. Everybody's spreading out. Everybody's pretty equal in this race. 4.0 is the best lap time, and that's done by Garrett Burden. Garrett Burden's going to bring home the victory in our first heat race. So we'll go ahead and finish this race up. If you guys don't mind, please track marshal for the next race. All right, coming up now, our dirt modified heat, 1 of 2, Tim Hall, Jason Howard, Gabriel Kirtley. Tim, you'll be in first, down on the bottom. I don't think they're going to do that on this one. Gabriel said he won't do it, so I'm fine with it, but it's when y'all cross the line, y'all are not getting a lap anyway. You only get a lap on the next one around, and then it starts. Jason there in second position, putting his car on, the blue and white open wheel modified. And Gabriel Kirtley in the yellow and black K7. All right, guys, anytime you're ready, go. Gabriel doing a 360 on the backstretch there. So right now, Gabriel Kirtley showing in the lead here. Tim Hall in second, Jason Howard in third. As Jason calling backstretch so the guys don't hit him. Gabriel and Tim battling it out. Gabriel cuts Tim Hall off down low. Gabriel's keeping that lead by 1 lap right now, about a car length or so difference. Backstretch yet again, Jason Howard spinning out. Tim Hall now taking over the lead as he takes the inside. Gabriel coming up high, wanting to make some moves here. Staying about 2 car lengths behind Tim Hall. Like I said, this track's definitely going to start dry slicking up as we continue on. You can start seeing it a little bit when these cars come out on the front stretch. You can see them kind of wavering. That's telltale signs that the track's starting to dry slick up a little bit. At the very beginning, you guys will notice these things are hooked up coming down the low side here. Still not in a whole lot of disarray as Gabriel Kirtley gets her spun around. Now that puts Gabriel Kirtley in 3rd position. Tim Hall running away with it right now at 17 total laps. Gabriel Kirtley in 2nd with 17, and Jason now with 17. As Jason's got a little bit to make up there, but that's the difference. The blue and white car and black car is the difference between 2nd place. But Gabriel Kirtley's going to bring home 2nd place, followed by Jason Howard. Congratulations, Tim Hall. You got it. Finishing up the race here. We're going to, if you guys don't mind, please track marshal for the next heat. Up next, race 5, heat race 1 for the dirt modified. Jeff McMahon, 1st place. Blake Panel, 2nd. Garrett Burden, 3rd. Jim Wolf, thank you for live streaming. Jim, I appreciate you, man, thanking us for that. Thank you for your kind words. We try to make some pretty good live streams here, and today is a good day. We got 0 drop frames so far, so that's really good. We like that. I think you can also check it out possibly on Live Time or Live RC. We got it set up on Lanes Raceway there too, but this is more in depth, a little bit of a live stream here. All right, guys. Anytime you're ready, rock and roll, go. Garrett Burden's car a little slick in the tires there. So he goes to get it straightened up. John, feels good to be back. Welcome back, John. So we're back under green racing here. We see Garrett Burden out into the lead here. He's been able to keep the old school car that we use for a track car here at Lanes Raceway. It's been through the ringer, and he ended up adopting the old school car there, Garrett did, and he's got it fixed up pretty good as he goes to weave in between Jeff McMahon and Blake Panel. Garrett Burden's keeping that car under control, though. He's got a good setup on that red car. The start was kind of harsh on him, but it looks like he's got it back under control. Jeff McMahon there getting hit a little bit by Garrett Burden's red car, but Jeff was able to keep it under control. Just in front of Garrett there in the purple car. Oh, the purple car of Blake. Yellow flag, yellow flag. Purple car of Blake there taking out Garrett Burden, your current leader. Is everybody back ready to go? Green. Only time we hit a yellow flag's if they flip, guys. These guys are still, some of them learning the track, trying to get the rhythm down. As Garrett just about takes out Blake. Blake kind of spooks him a little bit as he gets her spun out there to the side. Jason Howard helping his car out there down low. 14 laps for Garrett Burden. He's got a strong commanding lead so far. Blake Panel there with 10, 5 laps down. Still needing a little bit of tune work possibly on the old Plum car, but still relatively decent lap time of 5.70. Garrett Burden slamming into Jeff McMahon. Garrett Burden on his 19 lap coming around to take the checkered flag. Mandatory everybody cross the last bit here to register. All right, guys, Garrett Burden going to bring it home. Congratulations. Go ahead and finish this race up. If you guys don't mind, track marshal for the next heat race. Moving into heat race 6. All right, now we're starting the super late model class here. Blake Panel, Jason Howard, Gabriel Kirtley, you're up first. Blake Panel will be out on the front there, first position, Blake Panel. Jason Howard there in second, and Gabriel Kirtley in third. This is inverted rule. So all these guys, the fastest lap time turned was, of course, Gabriel Kirtley, followed by Jason, then Blake. These are your top three guys in the super late model, technically, as they all got seated in the faster rankings, I guess you would say. Now, that's all controlled by live time, the scoring engine here, as you guys can see. So it looks like Jason Howard's already got his car there in second position, waiting on the other two, Gabriel Kirtley and Blake Panel. Gabriel Kirtley getting his car slotted there in the third position. We have this heat, one more, and then we'll go into our second round of heats. And then that will slot for the mains coming up. Here comes Blake Panel in his plum crazy late model. All right, guys, y'all ready? All right, go ahead and go. Blake Panel there, got his car a little bit sideways there, slipping and sliding. Out in an early lead here. We see Jason Howard followed by Gabriel Kirtley. Three of them getting tangled up in there. Blake getting completely turned around, but then flopping back over on the backstretch there. Yellow flag. Yellow flag. Y'all might want to back it up. Y'all going to break out. What? All right, here we go. Jason Howard forgetting to put yellow flag. All right, guys, here we go. Go. Showing Blake Panel out in the lead right now. Followed by Jason and Gabriel. Gabriel Kirtley coming up on Blake Panel here. Jason trying to take Gabriel out. Blake gonna have to spin his car around. Blake trying to find a way through that mess. There wasn't no caution. They were all on their lids. Gabriel Kirtley out in the lead right now. So he gets his car spun out. Yellow flag. All right, guys, green. Yellow flag. A lot of cars flipping here in these faster cars. Green. Guys, until you hear me say green, it would benefit you greatly if you don't take off, or you will break out. Gabriel Kirtley taking the high side. Blake giving him a little room there. Yellow flag. Green. Gabriel Kirtley's going to take it, followed by Blake and Jason Howard pulling early. If you guys don't mind, please track marshal for the next heat. Next heat in the Super Dirt late model, Isaac Shepard, first position. Chris Henderson, second. Tim Hall, third. John, imagine about 20 cars per heat. Now you're talking. Yeah, we're talking about Lanes Raceway making quite a bit of money off of destroyed cars if we did 20 per heat. But nonetheless, I'm down if these guys are, for sure. All right, guys, go. So we get a car spun out right here. Chris Henderson reaching to go grab a car. I think he forgot to turn his car on. Here he goes. Oh, yellow flag. No friends in racing. Green flag. Back underway here. Isaac Shepard out in the early lead here. Followed by Tim Hall there in second position. Chris Henderson there in third. Yellow flag. Chris Henderson's car flipping again there. You pulling it, Chris, or you? Okay. Green flag. So Chris pulling his yellow. John says, that's cool. Make some dough when you can. I feel that. Green flag. Yellow. Green flag. Tim All in the lead currently now by one full lap here. John, it costs $230 to buy one of these cars. That comes a car, controller, battery, and 1 month track time here on our track at Lanes Raceway. You can get them online for $209, and I think you pay 50 something in shipping. So it's a pretty good deal. Yellow flag. Thank you there, Blake. Green flag. 18 laps. Isaac Shepard out in the lead. Tim Hall right there behind him, as you can see. Oh, so we get a spin out. Both of them spinning out. Who's going to get around there first? Oh, they're neck and neck, side by side for the last lap. And Isaac's going to bring it home, followed by Tim Hall and Chris Henderson pulling his car early. We're going to finish this race up. Gabe. All right, so now then we go back to the schedule here. Create a round. Be another heat. Seated by fastest lap, prior results. Heat, invert seating rule, generate. We're in heat 2 now. All right, guys, up now. 1RC Dirt Late Model Beginner, Chris Henderson, Tim Hall. We don't like writing stuff down anymore. John says, that's cheap. I can't see taking away from the track to save a few dollars on the line. That's just wrong. John, I appreciate that, man. A lot of people would, though. A lot of people would take away from the track. But like my dad always told me, he said, you can't race on eBay. And you can't blame the track owner for shutting down if you're buying on eBay. All right, guys, y'all ready? This is the beginner late model. Go. All right, and this is going to be another 20 lapper. This will seed for the B main and A main heat races coming up. Right now, Tim Hall out in the commanding lead, 3.770, 3.890 of Chris Henderson. Chris Henderson swapping his super late model tires back to hards. He said the softs just didn't do it in the super late model. Like I said, too, guys, this track's going to progressively get a little more slick as the night continues on. John, you are right about that. That is why there aren't very many raceways left. We're blessed here that yellow flag. We're blessed here at Lanes Raceway. Green, because my brother owns the building, so that helps a little bit. Chris Henderson there getting hung up a little bit right before the start line as he makes a go of it. Tim Hall's car is definitely running pretty good here. He dives bombs down low here. Tim's got a chance to get that big, illustrious sticker tonight in the beginner late model class. We'll give away one sticker a night. Right now, the beginner late model is our biggest class. On the 19th lap, Tim Hall's going to bring it around for 20. Tim Hall's going to take the second heat race. Go ahead and get that finished up. If you guys don't mind, help track marshal. Second heat race, dirt late model beginner. Isaac Shepard, Jason Howard, Garrett Burden. T, could you give me a water, please? All right, Jason Howard there in second. We got Blake Panel. Uh-oh. Hang on a second. Okay. Isaac in first, Jason second, Garrett third. Go. Now the sound coming through the TV. That's what Gabe was working on just a few seconds ago. He's got that going. Evidently, it's the matrix that's got to be in. For those that don't know, Gabriel Kirtley, owner, operator of Fairview IT Management, he's the one that gets all this stuff set up, rocking and rolling for the live stream here. So if you like the live stream, definitely give him a call. He can get you set up too, and he can remote into any computer in the continental U.S., probably even beyond that. If you're looking to set up a live stream, his guys can get you hooked up. Right now, Isaac Shepard out in the lead. 3.850 is his fastest lap time. He's about a tenth of a second faster than the other racers. Jason Howard right there behind him with 9 laps in that white car. He's trying to reel him in a little bit, and he gets a little bit of gains here, but with turns like Isaac's doing into 3 and 4, it's going to be very tough for Jason to catch him as he's losing a little bit of speed on the back stretch. The front stretch, it looks like he's gaining a little, but then he loses it all in the back stretch for some reason. Steve Rogers back at it. I see. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome, man. Thank you for tuning in and watching these guys race. They're in second position now. Jason Howard moving it within about 5 to 6 car lengths there, as you can see. Jason there in the white car. A very even race altogether. 18 laps total. He's only got about 2 laps to catch him here. These guys definitely got their lines online for sure. Jason's going to make one last stab at it, and it's not going to be enough. Isaac Shepard's going to take heat 2, followed by Jason, then Garrett Burden. All 3 of these racers, phenomenal racing. If you guys don't mind, help track marshal the next heat, please. All right. Heat number 3, dirt late model beginner. Landon Hayner, Gabriel Kirtley, Blake Panel. This will be our third one for the beginner late model class, our biggest one for the night. This will be the one that the sticker gets given to for whoever wins it in the feature. We see Landon getting his car lined up in the first position with his 01 black car. All right, Gabriel Kirtley will be in the second position, followed by Blake Panel. This is inverted yet again. Blake must have pulled the fastest lap time previously out of these 3. All right, listen for that tone, guys. And here we go. Laps are now counting. We'll see Gabriel Kirtley out in the lead, Landon Hayner in second, followed by Blake. Gabriel Kirtley taking a pretty demanding lead now as he comes up on Blake Panel in the plum crazy car. Blake staying down low, kind of fading to the high side there in 3 and 4. Gabriel Kirtley choosing the more diamond approach here. So he goes on the inside and they get clears. Yellow flag. And a little bit of a collision there between the two. Green. Gabriel says he's sorry. Jason says he did it on purpose. I'll let you guys decide. Gabriel Kirtley there currently in the lead, 9 laps, followed by Landon Hayner with 9 and 8 for Blake Panel. Gabriel Kirtley coming up on lap traffic here as we see some of the batteries kind of dying down here. Gabriel Kirtley going to the high side, getting pushed. Gets a push there from Landon. Landon making an aggressive move there, which is good. Keeps him off the back. Gabriel making a dive bomb down low. Landon trying to block him. Landon coming up high to try to stop him. Ends up into an incident. Gabriel making a dive bomb down low. Blake staying high to get out of the mess there. A friendly move in racing. You don't hardly see that very often, but Blake moved to the outside there to give Gabriel a little bit of room. Gabriel Kirtley there running pretty impressive, 3.9. He's about 0.2 of a second faster than the other racers right now. This could be battery issues, could be freed up issues, or the like. Gabriel Kirtley is going to take heat 2, followed by Landon Hayner and Blake Panel. Finish up that race. If you guys don't mind, please track marshal for the next heat. We're now into the dirt modified heat 2. First up, Tim Hall, Jason Howard, and Gabriel Kirtley in the dirt modified class. If you guys like what you see, please like, share, and subscribe. We've been making real big moves here at Lanes Raceway. Thanks to you guys for liking and subscribing. We went just in the past week breaking our 2,000 mark. It's been about a year and a half in the making. We were right at 1,990 for like 2 years. We broke over that 2,000 mark, and now we're starting to fly pretty high. I think we're at 2,086 subscribers on Facebook, and Facebook also, or YouTube also gaining really good traction here just in the past week or so, gaining about 20 or 30 subscribers. So we do appreciate you guys for doing that. Please like, share, and subscribe. Enemy, friends alike, please. Helps these guys out, helps us out, and the guys love being watched. So we see Tim Hall there out in the front, followed by Jason Howard there in the second position, Gabriel Kirtley in the third. You can also keep track of these guys' races and their times and stuff on Live Time, Live RC I think it is possibly, and look under Lanes Raceway each week starting, well, today, because we finally got her set up and we got a subscription going, so you'll be able to check back, and if you're interested in coming and making a trip down to race with these guys, you'll know about what 1RC speeds you'll need to be turning to stay up with these guys. Now, this track is not a carpet track. It's not a rubber track. It's a track that we're experimenting with. It's a latex painted track, several layers thick, and we turn the latex over using rubbing alcohol, and it kind of gives it more of a dirt-esque feel about it. All right, guys, listen for that tone. And we're off yet again under the racing here. Gabriel Kirtley falling back a little bit. Tim Hall out in the lead currently, followed by Jason Howard trying to pick his positions there in the blue and white car. Staying high, kind of fading low, but Tim Hall staying about mid-track all the way around, and that's actually giving him somewhat of a car advantage here, as sticky as the track is tonight. So there, whenever he falls to the high outside, he is fading his car whenever the car could actually keep the grip. This is a big mistake that a lot of people have when racing. They artificially move their car to the high outside. If the car can hold it, you need to make it hold it as long as the tires can hold it, because the track is shorter down low. But you want to make sure that you don't overpower those tires at the same time. Tim Hall there, of course, doing that pretty magically right now as he comes to run a little bit higher than mid lane on that last lap. But right now he's running very impeccably here, keeping those RPMs up in his open wheel modified, that yellow and orange. Gabriel Kirtley now taking over the blue and white of Jason Howard. Jason Howard's car kind of falling off. This is abnormal for Jason Howard, as Jason Howard's cars the past few weeks have definitely been the fastest things going. It might be about time for a complete teardown or maybe a new battery plant inside that car to get those speeds back up. As we can see, he's about 1/10 of a second off from the fastest lap time of a 4.10. Gabriel and Tim within 100th of a second of each other. As we see Tim Hall turn that 20 laps. Tim Hall's going to take it, followed by Gabriel and Jason. All right, so we're going to finish that race up. If you guys don't mind, please track marshal for the next heat race. All right, heat race 2 for the dirt modified. Jeff McMahon, first position. Blake Panel, second position. Garrett Burden, third position. Now's a good time to thank our sponsors here at Lanes Raceway. Fairview IT Management, they're the reason you're seeing this live stream. Special thanks to them for getting the internet and everything hooked up right in here and linked together with our TVs and our live stream simultaneously here. I hope it's coming through good tonight. If it isn't, it's probably because of me, because I try to manipulate a few things here and there. And Livermore Subway, right next door to us, they are our anchor here. They sell food and we give discounts. So come over here, buy you something at Lanes Raceway, get 10% off next door. We're currently waiting on Jeff McMahon right now to get his car up here in the front position. And then we will be racing our second dirt modified heat here, heat 2 of 2. So we're going to have 6 cars here entered into the dirt modified class. But blessed to say that the 1RC has been about that. Microphone died. You guys that are used to it know. All right, guys, listen for that tone. And here we go. Yellow. Green. Jeff and Blake getting into a little bit of a scuffle there. And we got Garrett Burden there in the back with the old school house car there, that red one. Oh, as Garrett flies through and hits Blake, taking over the lead there in the red car. Ooh, nice maneuver there by Garrett Burden, dodging Jeff McMahon in turn 1. Jeff McMahon there coming around turn 1 right now, followed by Blake Panel. Garrett making a nice low side, staying out of trouble there. Garrett's got that car tuned in nice. He's hooking up coming out of the corners, and it's pretty tough on these open wheel modifieds. If they hit the wall, it can be detrimental to say the very least. And Garrett is making moves here tonight with the old school car that we've been using for every kid that comes in here. They've been slamming it up against the wall and everything else, but he's got that car rolling. Turning right now 4.250, getting into a little bit of trouble there with Jeff McMahon and Blake Panel, but he's back up rolling yet again. We see Blake Panel there in the backstretch turning the plumb crazy car around sideways, taking an inside roll. Garrett Burden dodging Jeff McMahon. Blake Panel slamming into Jeff McMahon there right before the start finish line. Garrett hitting Blake in turn 2. It is a full-blown battle here. As we seen earlier here, the sensitivities could be just a little bit high on some of these cars here on their controllers. If they dial that down a little bit, it'll make it a lot better. But I don't try to tell the guys how to race. Just try to get the race rolling here. As we see Blake Panel's car dive bombing there right before the start-finish line. Garrett Burden there making a nice pass on the inside of Jeff. Jeff there taking a nice low side approach there, keeping his car nice and low there. Oh, as the slick car gets a little slick coming out the high side. Garrett Burden's going to take heat 2. If you guys don't mind, please track marshal for the next race. We're now into the Super Dirt Late Model Heat 2 section. Isaac Shepard, first place. Gabriel Kirtley, second. Blake Panel in third. We got 2 heats for this, for the Dirt Late Models, Super Late Models. These guys are eligible to run the 10,000K motors from 1RC versus the 8,700. And they can also run LiPo batteries that we sell here at Lanes Raceway. Jamie Fulcher coming in from Sign Pros. He's getting some of his cars ready. He'll probably try to get slotted into one of these later on. Gabriel there got his car there in second position, waiting on Blake Pennell and Isaac Shepard. This is our LiPo class here. It looks like Blake's got his car under control here. He's going to put the old Plum car down. All right, guys, listen for the tone. And here we go, 3 wide through turn 3. All cars on their end, so we're going to continue on. As the car gets slammed in the back, Blake's going to get his car turned around possibly. Something's going on here with Blake's car. He gets her back on there. It keeps turning to the right hard. Blake's sensitivity high on his car right now. Yellow flag. You're out. All right, green flag. Blake's got to work on his car. He's got a broke issue with his car. These cars here are humming, guys. So these will tear up. The slower cars on this track, they can take quite a beating. But when you're moving at these kind of speeds right here that these cars are, they will break if they get into some serious hits here. This is definitely not a class for the faint of heart, for sure. Both these guys side by side right here. As we see Isaac and Gabriel, wow, coming into contact. Oh, my. Yellow flag. 2 cars on their lids. They get flipped over here. It is on the wire. Listen for the tone. Isaac and Gabriel side by side. One rolls the high side there. Pulls a Bobby Pierce who got down low. Hard hits down low here. Can't get her figured out. Oh, yellow. Listen for the tone. Isaac Shepard's going to turn that 20 laps. What a race between you two. Wild, to say the very least. We're going to finish out that. Blake Pennell, of course, having issues with his car. Hopefully he can get her fixed by the heat race. If you guys don't mind, please track marshal for the next race. Up now, Super Dirt Late Model, Heat 2. Chris Henderson, Jason Howard, Tim Hall. Tim Hall already got his car out there. We see Chris Henderson there and Jason. Guys, we're going to wait on a track marshal on this side real quick, okay? Thank you there, Blake. All right, guys, listen for the tone. And here we go. 3 wide there. Jason Howard out in the lead, followed by Chris Henderson. And right behind him, Tim Hall. Tim Hall now taking over second position. Chris Henderson can get a little sideways, and Jason slams him in the backside. Chris now down by a lap or so. Jason still out in the lead by about 16 car lengths. Tim Hall biding his time, keeping that low middle section yet again in this car class. He's got them tuned up, looking good. James T. Findle, that was a good race. Looks like they're turning some good lap times. These are the super late models right now, James. All right, yellow flag. These are the super late models, and they are nutty. All right, listen for the tone. And Jason still hanging on to that lead there. Tim Hall right behind him now, about 6 car lengths behind him there in the yellow car. As he pushes up on the inside, he makes about 3 car lengths there. Tim Hall coming into yellow. So we get 2 upside down here. All right, listen for the tone. And here we go, Jason out in the lead yet again, now putting Tim about a lap down from that incident there in turn 1. So Tim now trying to fend himself off from Chris, but he's got about 2 laps up on Chris. But now Tim wrecking there in turn 3, causing Jason to get sideways. This is Tim's chance. Yellow. Listen for the tone. And here we go, Jason back up in the mix here. Oh, Jason narrowly missing an incident there with Chris. Chris slams it there to turn yellow into turn 3. It's got Colin Baldwin there helping flip the cars over. Listen for the tone. Race over. Jason Howard, 20 laps. All righty, folks. That's all of them there. So now we're going to be moving on in to our main events. Gotta make sure all this is right. Prior results, classes, starting seed from position 1. All right, here we go. All right, guys. Up first, 40 lap B main, dirt late model beginner class, Blake Pennell, Isaac Shepard, Landon Hayner. Yeah, James, these cars here are going to be quite a bit slower than what you just seen there. The super late model, of course, really ridiculously fast. So these right here will be kind of calmed down in retrospect in comparison to the others. As we see Landon Hayner get his car situated there in third position. Second position, Isaac Shepard. And we're waiting on Blake Pennell. Blake's car been running pretty good in the beginner class here. All right, guys, 40 lapper, B main. You ready, Blake? Listen for the tone. And we're underway. Hopefully we get some track marshals here. Yellow flag. Listen for the tone. And Blake Pennell out in the lead right now, followed by Landon Hayner. Isaac Shepard there in third position. So your leader now crossing under there, Blake Pennell. Yellow. Colin Baldwin there helping flip the cars. All right, guys, listen for the tone. Isaac Shepard now in the lead, 5 laps, followed by Blake Pennell. Blake Pennell there in the back of these two cars as one of them gets taken out there. On the high side here, and a car getting slammed, to say the least, puts Blake Pennell back in the lead in this B main. Yellow. Listen for the tone. And we're back green racing yet again. Blake Pennell out in the lead by 1 lap right now as he comes up on what seems to be lap traffic here. Isaac and Landon there on the same lap. These cars running competitively. 4.260 for Blake, your leader, is the fastest. 3.90 for Isaac Shepard, and a 4.420 for Landon Hayner there, currently in third position. Blake Pennell still out in the lead by about half of a lap here as we see him cross the start-finish line. And one will go on in this B main to the A main feature. So there cannot be any friends made here. 40 laps, 40 laps. 40. Blake Pennell right now, 1 lap, about half a lap difference between Blake and Isaac currently. So we get a spin out here. Another spin out coming out. Like I said, guys, the track's going to get a little dry, slick. Yellow. Garrett Burden going to flop that car over. Listen for the tone. And we're back green racing yet again. A little over halfway right now as we get a car swapped over into 3 and 4. Getting hit. swapping it around. Here we go. And Blake Pendle now 33. Yellow. Listen for the tone. And we're back green. Race again. James T. Findle. Now you guys have every yellow. Listen for the tone. Now you guys have everything there to build a competitive car, right? Just curious on the upgrades you're allowed to make to the cars as far as motors, gearing, batteries, and so on. Yeah, James. So everything has to be 1RC LLC parts, no aftermarket parts for any other group for the 1RC cars. Strictly 1RC only parts can be purchased. If you purchase any kind of aftermarket part that 1RC sells that the cars do not come with out of the box, then that puts you into the super class of that class. If you leave it stock, then it just stays box stock like this class you're seeing here. And the only thing you can change in that class is the rear tires to soft tires versus hard tires. Other than that, motors, there's 2 motors, an 8700 and a 10,000K. Isaac Shepard's going to take it home, followed by Blake Pendle with 40. Landon Haynard, 34. What's this here, babe? Oh, okay, cool. Isaac, come up here. So, looks like we got some stickers made. Isaac, I'd like to talk to you. We'll get him here on the live stream real quick in front of you guys. Isaac, come here real quick. I'm just now receiving these. These must have came from Jamie Fulcher at Sign Pros. All right, Isaac, come on in here in this little, maybe you can squeeze in here a little bit. Let everybody see who just won the B main. So right here, I'm going to show this to the camera here. That's our B main winner here at Lanes Raceway 2024-2025 season here, 1RC. That's going to go for you to put on your box there, man. You brought it in there right at the end. You was racing against Blake Pendle. He was holding it off there pretty close all race long. What would you say was a turning point to get you in front of Blake there towards the end?
I'm not real sure what happened. I just came in there and passed him up, I guess. But it was a good race.
All right. Well, Isaac, congratulations on making it to the A main. Hopefully you can weasel your way up in there with the faster drivers and maybe get a little tune action going and bring home an A main also. All right. So let's head back over to the main scene here as we're going to progress on into the next main here. If I can find my mouse here. Sorry, folks. I've got 2 monitors here, and I got them backwards. My brother told me to fix it, but I haven't fixed it yet. So, like I said, you see the check mark there. That's the bump up that Isaac's going to get. And I'm going to finish the bumps. Hang on a second. Hey, Gabe, we're just bumping 1, right? Okay. And here we go. All right, up now. A main for the dirt late model beginner class. Jason Howard in first place. Garrett Burden in second. Gabriel Kirtley in third. Tim Hall in fourth. Chris Henderson in fifth. Isaac Shepard in sixth. Isaac, of course, getting the bump up from the B main. So hopefully his battery can outlast. Who knows? We'll see. So we're going to have 6 cars here. It's going to be brutal. If anybody would that is not racing, please help track marshal. That would be great. So we're waiting now currently on our B main winner, Isaac Shepard, as he's going to get his car set up here. Now it seems like the guys are trying to razz him up a little bit here. 6 cars down the back stretch here as we get ready to run the beginner late model class here at Lanes Raceway. Racers, listen for the tone. And here we go. Several cars forgetting to turn their cars on. Several cars getting smacked around here. None of them flipping yet, so we're continuing on, folks. Right now out in the lead, Gabriel Kirtley hanging in there, holding it down. Yellow. Listen for the tone. They're all starting to fan out a little bit. Gabriel Kirtley in the lead, followed by Jason Howard there. Jason Howard just right there behind him as he makes a move down low. Looks like we might get a swap up here. Nope. So Gabriel's one of the black cars, probably that one that's right in front of Jason right now. Jason there in the white car, of course. Jason go to the high side. Gabriel blocking. Nice block maneuver as he pushes Jason down low. Looks like Jason, oh, as he takes Jason out and he gets taken out himself. Yellow. Glenn Burden there, a racer here on the slot car scene in the Four Crowns, and is running for kingship. All right, listen for the tone. As he gets the car flopped back over, Gabriel Kirtley still hanging on to that lead. Jason Howard right on his hip, so going down low. Gabriel Kirtley cuts him off, and Gabriel gets smoked in the process. Yellow. So you hear the no from our Iron Maiden pinball machine. All right, listen for the tone. 14 laps under right now. Jason Howard there currently in second place. Chris Henderson now taking over first, followed by Gabriel Kirtley and Jason Howard. Jason Howard getting his car straightened up. Tim Hall, yellow. Tim Hall scooping Jason Howard. Listen for the tone. Yellow. Everybody over. Listen for the tone. Several wrecks right now as they pile up into turn 1 and 2. Yellow. Listen for the tone. As we get several guys dive bombing into turns 1 and 2. Yellow. Car backing up over top of Tim's car and flipping. Listen for the tone. Let's get one up underneath it a little bit there. Jason on the high outside of the car that just got turned. Jason trying to turn him again. As he does so, gets him locked up there on the start-finish line. 2 of them there. Yellow. Gale Force Raceway. Hey, y'all. Some RC tonight. Pretty cool. Thank you there, Gale Force. Listen for the tone. 6 cars definitely brutal on this track for sure. As we get them all clustering up together. Yellow. Listen to the tone. Yellow's only getting called when the cars flip. Other than that, they get spun out. They are responsible for correcting their own cars, getting them back underway. 25 laps. We are halfway. Yellow. Listen for the tone. Not very many laps going before we see some wrecks taking place here. Nobody giving each other room, really. So we get a swap over there on the backstretch car getting turned around there. Right now, our leader, Tim Hall, the yellow car you see there. Right behind him, Gabriel Kirtley, followed by Jason Howard. Jason Howard trying to take the low side. Yellow. Listen for the tone. 32 laps of 50 right now, Tim Hall. Yellow. Listen for the tone. 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 What a brutal race so far. There is a breakout set on this track. If the guys don't stop when they hear me say yellow, and right when they hear me say yellow, they need to remember where their car is and reverse it back to that, or they will break out. These things are set very, very close to keep people from running half track to try to gain on people. Yellow. 42 laps, 8 laps left to go in this A main feature. Listen for the tone. Gabriel Kirtley currently in the lead, followed by Tim Hall and Jason Howard. Five laps left to go. Tim Hall now taking over the lead. Yellow. Jason, when you hear me say yellow, just remember when I say yellow, that's where you need to put your car. Okay, I'm just letting you know. It will get you. All right. Listen for the tone. Yellow. Listen for the tone. I feel like I'm saying yellow, listen for the tone, and that is it, as we get a lot of rough racing here so far. Everybody kind of falling into a line here. It's just going to take some time for people to learn how to control these cars. All these guys rookies for sure. Tim Hall's going to take it, followed by Gabriel Kirtley. Jason Howard in third. Garrett Bird in fourth. Chris Henderson fifth. Isaac Shepard sixth. Tim, if you would here in just a second, come up here and talk to me. If I can get my knife to work here. All right, let's scan on over here. If I can get my mouse to work here and find out where it's at. There it is. All right, so I'm setting here setting here. He's standing. Tim Hall here with the winner. Tim Hall is going to bring home the A main winner for tonight's big race, Lanes Raceway 1RC 2024-2025. Tim, let me give you this headset, and you let the people know what you thought about that race. All right. 0.4 seconds behind the leader. That's how close the race was, folks. I don't know if Tim, you could hear Tim or not. I think he might have hit the mute button whenever he was talking. But nonetheless, thank you, Tim, for bringing home a victory here at Lanes Raceway. We're going to head back over to the main screen here. All right. Let me go ahead and get these published here. So we'll finish that race. And it is official. All right. Well, this is strange. Hi, Gabe. Why is Jeff by himself in the B main? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to skip the B main here, and of course he is going to get bumped. Hello. Yeah. All right, folks. Tim Hall going to be number 1 position. Garrett Burden, 2nd position. Gabriel Kirtley, 3rd position. Jason Howard, 4th position. Blake Panel, 5th position. And Jeff McMahon, 6th position. Hey, Jeff, you won the B main. You were the only guy in it. I got you a sticker later. So it looks like we're missing one here. 1 second, folks, as we're going through a negotiation here. Let me get another screen connect of the RC track rolling. There we go. All right, guys, listen for the tone. And this is our 2nd A main feature here at Lanes Raceway. If we could get some track marshals, that would be great. Listen for the tone. Jason hitting the car there in turn 3. Several cars coming off there. One of them getting hit in the side there. Another one getting hit in the side. Looks to be Jeff McMahon, winner of the B main by default. See, backs into a few people. Yellow. Listen for the tone. Yellow. Listen for the tone. 42 laps left to go in the A main feature here in the Open Wheel Modified. A very, very tough class to stay with. Yellow. Listen for the tone. Jeff gets hit there right before start finish line. Looks like we got a Blake car trying to find his way to get back around without causing any incident there. Blake's bringing her back in control. Tim Hall in the lead again, followed by Gabriel Kirtley there in the K7 car. Tim Hall still hanging on to it. 19 laps, followed by Garrett Burden now with 18. Tim Hall getting turned around. Garrett Burden and Tim Hall into it a little bit. Yellow. Listen for the tone. Oh. All right, listen for the tone. Tim Hall taking that low side approach there. Gabriel Kirtley and Blake Pano getting into a little bit of a tussle there. The track definitely getting a little dry slick here. That's racing though. See Gabriel and Jason at their usual antics. Yellow. Listen for the tone. Yellow. Jason, are you pulling or are you fixing? All right. Listen for the tone. Tim Hall in the lead, 29 laps. Seems to be Tim Hall's night here for sure, 31 laps. So he's dodging everything here. That's how it goes. Last week was Gabriel's weekend as he caught 2 wins. It looks like Tim's going to have luck on his side here, making some wise decisions, breaking up and staying low. Garrett Burden stuck there by the start-finish line there. So he's in second position there. Seems to be a little bit smoother behind the wheels now. Guys are starting to learn how to drive them. 5 laps to the win. Yellow. Listen for the tone. Tim got turned there for a second. Tim Hall's going to take it 50 laps. Garrett Burden second, 49. Gabriel Kirtley 44 and third. Blake Panel fourth, 29 laps. Jeff McMahon fifth with 25 laps. Jason Howard sixth, DQ or did not finish. And that is official, folks. So we're going to go ahead and move on into our next B main. Tim, would you like to say something to the folks? You're on a streak tonight, it seems like.
2 for 2.
Here you go.
So far, 2 for 2. We'll go for the late model modified and see what happens there. It's been good, but there's some good guys out here tonight, so we'll see what happens.
Excellent. Thank you, Tim. All right, guys. Now we're moving on into the Super Dirt Late Model B main. Chris Henderson, so we're going to move him on into the actual A main. We only do one a night, and that's for the main event. Yeah, the one that you got. Makes it a little more special. Yeah, till you get their pictures. It was Gabriel, Tim, and Garrett. All right, guys, we're moving on into the A main. Isaac Shepard, first place. Gabriel Kirtley, second. Tim Hall, third. Jason Howard, fourth. Blake Panel, fifth. Chris Henderson, sixth. And here I am, folks, needing to come back over to the main thing here. We only give stickers out once a night, and that's for the main event. That way it's more special. Uh, Gabriel won twice last week. He only got one sticker, too. He wanted to, but he only got one. Yeah, he always cheats. Guillermo Sire. Hello, Guillermo. Pretty good crowd tonight. Thank you, Guillermo. T, whenever you're ready, you can have this phone back so it don't go dead on me. Guys, if you don't know Guillermo Sire, he is one of our really, really competitive racers here at Lanes Raceway for the Four Crowns. He might actually be running for kingship here at Lanes Raceway. We haven't made the totals yet, but I do know he is a front runner, to say the very least. And the way that we will do these stickers, folks, is like this. Whoever has the most entries for a race is going to be the one that ends up being the main event for the night, which we had 2 or 3 more cars in our box late model class versus our super late model or our modified. And we may change it up other than that, but right now that's how we're doing it for the A main, B main winners. All right, guys, listen for the tone. And this one's going to be a madhouse for sure. Yellow flag. Don't flip that car. Put that car behind. That car that Blake's, put it behind. Don't flip it underneath the sensor. Yeah, flip it right there. Right there. If one of them flips under the sensor, flip it behind it. Huh? It did pick you up? All right, well then put him in front of it. Pick him up over the sensor and put him in front of it. That's why I said don't flip them in front of the sensor. The issue is it's counting laps under yellow. We need to red light it. Huh? I've been hitting yellow, but it's counting laps through the yellow. Red flag counts too because we ain't got it check marked. Listen for the tone. Yellow. Hey, this car right here, the black car, run it under the thing. I'm going to see if it's going to count under red. All right, roll it back around where you were at, Chris. All right, we're going to start throwing red flags instead. Yeah, it doesn't count the first lap. It's just like real racing. All right, guys, listen for the tone. So we're going to be throwing red flags instead of yellow. Red flag. The master hooker himself, Glendis Burden. That's what he's known as. All right, guys, listen for the tone. Red flag. Ready? Listen for the tone. Red flag. These cars are out of control. Listen for the tone. Yellow. All right, guys, listen for the tone. Red flag. They can't give each other room, can they, Garrett? All right, guys, listen to the tone. Hard to keep track of it. Red. Listen to the tone. Red flag. Well, I will say this. If you hear that tone, wherever your car is at, it stopped you. So if you stop right before the flag and you roll on through, you just lost that lap. Don't roll through. The breakout's 350. It's 3? All right, 3 seconds. So you'll get the next one, but you just, when you hear that tone, you guys got to listen. So if you hear that tone, wherever that's at, when you hear that, that's where your car needs to be. All right, guys, listen for the tone. Red flag. Sweet mercy. What a debacle. Red. We good? Red. Jason, you go behind the line. Jason, you didn't get that lap. You need to go behind the line. You got to listen for that tone. If I know you guys can't see this, but if it reds on here, that means you ain't getting that lap. No, what's happening is they're not listening to that tone. When that tone hits, it's killing the track. They're running through it, and it's not giving it to them. Then you need to roll it backwards 5 feet if you know that it's rolled 5 feet. It's one of two ways here, guys. We're either going to do it this way, where you're going to lose laps, or we can do yellow and people are going to gain laps. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. It's one or the other. Which way y'all want to do it? Well, I know, but I want this. This is how it's got to be. We're either going to do it where you get laps, you're going to gain laps, or you're going to get it where it loses laps. So which way y'all want it? You want it red flags or you want yellow flags? Okay. Well, the best thing, like I said, just listen for that tone. Red flag. That right there is what you got to do. What that black car just did. Yeah, if you hear that tone and you're behind the start finish line and you roll through it, you're not getting that lap. Yeah, right now it's counting. There's a thing called a caution elapsed time. That's why y'all's times look horrible. Here we go. Might need to put the super late models up for a little bit till people can learn to drive them. See, Blake, you seen it, didn't you? Okay. Yeah. Tay, I need to talk to you here for a minute. Did it break? Oh yeah. Yeah, we don't water the middle of the track, guys. Just the outside. That car just went under the stop. Did not get it, Gerber Kirkley. Tim did not get it. That's it. Here we go. Tim didn't get it. They're saying 4 cars limited to next week for the A main. Gerber Kirtley and Jason Howard on the same lap. Jason, you didn't get it. You didn't get it. So you seen it, Jason? Red. I'm focusing on it right now to try to train you guys. All right, here we go. We're just now learning this software, folks. Bear with us. We are rookie RCers. Tim, you didn't get it. Ready? Tim, you didn't get it. Nine laps left to go. What a brutal race. Everybody's good so far. It's a brutal race. I'm just focusing. Blake Pennell and Jason Howard involved in an incident. Jason currently in the lead by Gabriel by about a quarter of a track. This class definitely going to take some learning curve. Blake and Gabriel, no lap. Four more laps to go. Jason's holding on to it. Gabriel, no lap. Chris, no lap. Red flag. Sorry. I thought he played it. It's red flag, guys. Y'all ain't getting laps. Well, Jason finished it anyway, but y'all are running to the start finish line. How about this? Jason, pull your car. You've won. Gabriel first, Tim second, Chris third, Blake fourth, Isaac fifth. Yeah, that's what I mean. Line them up. Yeah, because y'all got to go through the final bit for me to actually do it. So Gabriel being first, Tim second, Chris third, Blake fourth, Isaac fifth. Isaac. Isaac, pull his car. Okay. All right, guys. Jason Howard's going to bring home the victory of a brutal race. Gerber Kirtley second, Tim Hall third. T, if you would, get pictures of these guys. I'm going to go over and talk to Jason real quick and see what he thought. Jason, you want to interview? What do you got to say tonight, Jason, about that race? Okay. Let me make this official here, folks. Gabe, when you get done, I'm going to need you. Because I ain't ever done this, started over a new one here. I'm going to make sure I've done all this right before I screw up. Hey, Gabe, I check marks. It's official. I'm about to my understanding right now. Okay. So you don't have to do nothing after you check mark it's official? Under events. Gonna do a race night 2. Tim, what are you running? No, the next races. You're not? Yeah. You need me? You rolling, Glendis? You get stuff like that. It's called big checks and money. What? Sweet mercy. That thing is getting faster. You putting it on the fan? See you, Glendis. Be careful. Huh? Yep. Well, the tires are not as knobby, so it acts more like an asphalt car. Tim Hall currently running the asphalt late model on the track right now while Gabriel sets everything up. Jeff, are you running anything modified or late model? Modified? Take it to Gabe. He'll put you in. Jason, what are you running? You're out? Surely not, Jason. What's that? Do they? Good. Jamie's getting his transponders put in right now, folks. All right, guys. Q1 dirt late model beginner. Isaac Shepard, Jamie Fulcher, Gabriel Kirtley. You got 5 minutes. So we're basically just starting everything over just like we did before. We're going to run 2 race sections tonight. It's going to be a little less people than the first time. I think Tim's leaving and Jason's leaving, but everybody else I think's in, and we actually gained a racer, Jamie Fulcher. Like I said, we're just now learning the software here. Gabriel knows a little bit better about starting the events, a little bit better than I do right now, but I can get us through the main portion of it. It's just going to take a week or so for me to get it in this old thick skull, but we'll definitely get her figured out here. If you would, like, share, and subscribe if you like 1RC racing. Yeah, go ahead. Isaac's going to go ahead and run his 5 laps here for qualifying. Now, this is the beginner late models, not those fast ones we just seen here. I don't know if anybody's got into those or not after this. They are very, very quick. So a 4.410 so far, 4.360. All right, Isaac, a 4.360. Only one sticker gets given out in the main event. No, the main event was the rookie late models. That had the most entries. So Tim Hall got one and Isaac got one. Sorry, buddy. I thought we was only giving one sticker away a night. Well, I asked you that. You said just for the big race. Oh, well, give him one. Well, here. Well, then Tim needs one, and so does Jeff. Yeah, but there was 3 B mains too. Okay. Well, then Tim gets one too. Another one. He gets. I did, but he won 2 A mains. Tim, and then he turned right around and won the open wheel. He did win the open wheel. The only other class we ran was super late model, and that's what Jason won. So Tim won 2. Tim, come here. I thought we was only giving away one. Gabriel says it's one per class, so There you go, sir.
Appreciate it. We'll see you. One night quick promo. I'll come out. Hang out.
All right, man. I'll be here. 55 seconds. Jamie Fulcher for qualifying. Gabriel Kirtley for qualifying. Y'all better rock. Yeah, go ahead, Jamie. Yeah. Y'all got a total of 5 minutes under it. Looks like Jamie's got his car under control. This week he's got her smoking fast. 4.7972 there. All right, Jamie, 4.60. You skip a qualify, Gabe, or you going to try to get one in? 5 seconds. All right, dirt late model beginner class. Chris Henderson, Garrett Burden, Blake Panel. You got 5 minutes to turn on the lap. Chris Henderson out there first. All right, Chris, 4.160. Garrett Burden up next. All right, Garrett, a 3.990. Yeah, because it was a nightmare. Blake Panel up next in the old Plum Crazy car. All right, Blake, a 4.20. Next up, Dirt Modified, Garrett Burden, Jeff McMahon. You got 5 minutes. Gabe, if you get a second, come over here real quick. Yeah, I get it. Anytime, Garrett, you just rock and roll, man. All right, Garrett taking his second lap there, 4.40. All right, Garrett, a 4.440. Jeff, you're up next. Yeah, all of them get qualified. I gotta get this jacket off. I'm burning up. 70 degrees in here. It's too hot. Jeff McMahon here turned his first lap here. 5.870. All right, Jeff, a 5.870. Next up in the dirt modified heat, Gabriel Kirtley, Jamie Fulcher. You got 5 minutes to qualify. So while they're qualifying here, guys, I'm going to come over here to the thing. I messed up earlier. When Tim came over, he was seeing if he was going to get one of these. So for the very first race of every single group, so we had rookie late models, we had dirt modified, and super late models. They are all to get the A main winner for sure. Now the B main, the only way that you can constitute to get a B main is if there is more than one person in the B main to get it. But anyways, I now know that, and I digress that I am human. So we will continue on. Now this race here, nobody's going to be getting stickers because this is our second race of the evening. But it's more out for you to try to get in here. Now here's the thing, we do start at 5:30, but we got 5 minutes of practice in each session, so that right there is 15 minutes. And then we got 5 minutes of qualifying in each section too, so that's another 15 minutes. So you're looking at an extra 30 minutes. So if you get here by 6, you can get slotted into the race, and we can always slot you into the race. So if you're just kind of pressed for time and you want to try to get to one of the main events, then definitely try to do that on Tuesday night. Now we are looking, Jamie, you're going to get a 5.170. We are looking to expand our RC here in the future whenever we get more and more people here on Tuesday nights. Whenever that happens, we're probably going to be moving to a Saturday time to where we're going to be running some more races for those that can't make it during the week. So Gabriel Kirtley right now has 3 minutes and 8 seconds to turn 5 laps here, as he gets his K7 ride out here. As you can see, the car definitely dry slick here right now as the track's starting to slick up a little bit. Yeah, it's going to slick up. It should be slick up by now. Do y'all want me to coat it again? Okay. After you get done with this, I'll coat it. All right, a 5.070, Gabe. All right, folks, before I move on into the next one here, I'm going to coat this track real quick. So let me finish this race. And the next one will be super late model. They definitely need all the grip they can get. So give me 1 second here, folks. Let me go get the cleaner and stuff, and I'm going to go ahead and take an intermission here for the racing and get us tacked back up here. I've been sitting in that chair too long. My back's really stiff. Right now I'm filling up a spray bottle with rubbing alcohol, 90% to be exact, so it dries really, really quick. But it's potent enough to turn over the latex. I don't know if this sound's coming through or not. It should be more than enough. But it gives the desired effect that we're looking for here at Lanes Raceway, which is not to be super, super grippy, but at the same time to be grippy at the beginning. Hello, Jordan. And it don't take too long to prep this track. Now eventually we have to put coatings, more coatings of the latex, as each time I'm doing this, I'm pulling a little bit of latex off each time. But like I said, that's not a big deal. It's this thing kind of shrunk up on me a little bit, it looks like. Not a big deal, not a big deal. Get her nice and wet here. So I spray the pad first, get it good and saturated. And then we're just going to start right here on the exit of the corner. And this is going to go horizontally here. And it's, you can already feel it gripping up. It's trying to rip up the track here. All right, now we're going to do the inside of this track here. And this goes the other way. So we go up and down like this. As my rag falls off there. That's not good. That's how grippy it gets though. It's extremely grippy. Yeah, I'm already going to need a little bit more. It's gotten so tacky. There we go. It kind of cleans off some of the tire debris too. That actually works a little better. Just spraying just the rag itself. Okay. Come across this high side here. Just add a little grip here. Okay. So pretty good workout actually. Swiffer got undone again. Don't light a match in here. We'll go up in flames. All right, now that we're here, we need to go horizontally coming out of the corner. Help those guys grip. I'm hooked. Put a little grip on the high side here and we'll be done. And that's it, folks. That's all you got to do to make it put some grip into it. All right, guys. Gabriel Blake panel, you're up. 5 minutes. Super Dirt late model. Whew. Some pretty good work out there, folks. Putting a grip there on the track. We'll see Gabriel Kirtley here with the super late model, dirt late model. You can see just how much it's gripping now as the cars can really hold that bottom line. Stuck too much? Well, y'all wear it out. That car's humming, boys. Woo, 3.520. About to flip the car, it's got so much grip. Sweet mercy. .520 for Gabriel Kirtley. Blake panel up now with the plum car here. As he slides across the line at a 3.470. He did. Just like real life, you water the track, you get grip. Same thing here. You can see how much harder these guys are hooking here. All right, Blake, a 3.340. Next up in the Super Dirt late model, Garrett Burden, Jamie Fulcher. You guys got 5 minutes to qualify. Chat is live, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see here, just to make sure our channels are up and live. So, yes, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, we are live if you guys want to chat. So Gabe is going to provide Jamie with a battery. 44 seconds already elapsed here. Garrett or Jamie need to try to get their late models in. Hello, Jordan. How's it going, man? Cool. Well, that'd be good. Be racing Thursday and Fridays. Thursday's family night. It'd be $3 entry, $3 buyback. Kids, of course, be $1 buyback. Yeah, they've been having a good time. $230, and you get a month track time. It comes with controller, battery, and car, and a charger. It's not a real good charger, but it'll charge it. It takes about 40 minutes. But we do have some other chargers. Huh? Yeah, we race every Tuesday. We might be, as big as it's getting, we might be expanding to Saturdays. So it's just have to go about how it feels, you know. No, you're seeing the person that sits in this the most. I'm doing a lot more live streaming now, so I pretty much take it up. Here comes Jamie here. 2 minutes and 41 seconds is the time left. He's got to get 5 laps in here. Key to this one is throttle control for sure. Less is more in this class for sure. Lane Kaysanger. Hey, what's up, Lane? All right, Jamie, a 4.380. Up now, Garrett Burden. His second time running here. Looking pretty good. Says his transponder's not in this. You want me to swap it to Super Late model? All right, try it again, Garrett. Here, I'll let you take it. There you go, Garrett. Garrett's got a minute left to do 5 laps here. It's been counting his laps, just didn't put it under there. 3.570, Garrett. Garrett loves a grippy track. All right, guys. Going into the heats. All right, first up in the first heat race, dirt late model beginner class, Isaac Shepard, Jamie Fulcher, Gabriel Kirtley. This will be a 20-lap seating heat for the main event, whether they'll get slotted into the B main or A main feature. Isaac and Gabriel got their cars on here, waiting on Jamie Fulcher right now. We'll know here shortly, Jamie. All right, guys, listen for the tone. Right now, Isaac Shepard out to an early lead, followed by Gabriel Kirtley, Jamie Fulcher. Jamie Fulcher there buying his time there a little bit. Let's get a little swap in here. Oh, Isaac and Gabriel getting into a little rough housing. Contact action. Isaac still hanging on to the lead here. Gabriel right there behind him. About 2 car lengths or so. As they come up on Jamie Fulcher. Jamie Fulcher, though, running a whole lot better than we seen him last time run, which has been several weeks. Good to see Jamie back racing with the guys. As Isaac comes up on Jamie, pushes Jamie to the high outside. Both of them making it out all right. Gabriel Kirtley going down low here. Jamie holding his line in the middle. Three laps left to go. Isaac Shepard keeping it down and holding it true. Isaac Shepard's going to take the first heat race, followed by Gabriel Kirtley and Jamie Fulcher. 1 lap difference from top to bottom. All right, second heat for the Dirt Late Model Beginner class is Garrett Burden in first, Chris Henderson second, Blake Pennell third. Garrett warming his motor up. Let's see if this heat race goes as smooth with the new track conditions. Guys, listen for the tone. And already starting off rough. So we get 2 cars flipped here. All right, line them up. Listen for the tone. All right, they start a little bit better that time, staying out of each other's way. Here's a roundabout for the first lap here. Garrett Burden out in the lead, followed by Chris Henderson and Blake Pennell. Garrett Burden currently in first, 3 laps. Chris Henderson, Blake Pennell, 3 laps. Be more grippier conditions here. Another smooth race here. Garrett Burden out in the lead. Chris Henderson second. Blake's Pennell third. All pretty much on the same lap here. Running pretty close to the same fastest lap. 4.110 for Garrett's fastest. 4.050 for Chris and Blake. Garrett and Chris really close together here. Garrett Burden's going to bring it home. Chris Henderson second. Blake Pennell third. Make sure your sensor's well visible. You probably ran out of laps. All right, guys. Heat 1 of 2, dirt modified. Up first, Jamie Fulcher, Jeff McMahon. Jeff, you're up. You and Jamie are up in the open wheel modified class. Jamie Fulcher with his multicolored scheme on his car, getting lined up here. No, you're racing with Jamie Fulcher. They're aimed straight down. Dude, there's like 30 of them along through there. What I'm thinking is where they've taken hits, they're coming out of the ECU. It's not connecting good in the ECU, and they're not getting power to it. Mhm. All right, guys, y'all ready? Wait for the tone. Jeff McMahon out in the lead right now, followed by Jamie Fulcher. Jeff McMahon turned 5 laps. Jamie Fulcher's 3 right now. Jamie spinning out in turn 3 here. Jeff rolling around there. Jeff gets his rhythm a little bit cleaner there with the Slate Mobile 62. My dog has entered the building. Cheesy Gordita. I can't show him. We're racing. There you go. You're over about where Jamie is. They can see him. 13 laps. Jeff McMahon here. He's holding her in there nice and true. Three laps left to go. Jeff McMahon out in a commanding lead here currently. Jamie now starting to find a little bit of a rhythm here as we see Jeff's car spin out. And almost a change there, but Jeff's going to make it. All right, Jeff's going to take home first. Jamie Fulcher there second. Next up in the dirt modified, Garrett Burden, Gabriel Kirtley. All right, guys, watch the tone. Gabriel's spinning out right out of the gate. Too much mean green on them tires. Garrett Burden now taking the lead here. Looks like we want to see a swap up here. Nope. Gabriel's going to spin out. Coming out of the turn, Garrett Burden's going to take a commanding lead here by about half a track. I said before, Garrett Burton using the test car here at Lanes Raceway. It's been through it, but it's trugging along, it looks like. Garrett Burton coming up on the backside of Gabriel Kirtley. Oh, down on the inside, Gabriel dive bombs low. Garrett Burton, 6 laps left to go as he makes a pass on the high outside there, dodging Gabriel Kirtley on turn 4. 4 laps left to go. Gabriel Kirtley coming up on the backside, getting caught up on the wall a little bit there. Gabriel Kirtley slamming the wall. Garrett Burton going to bring it home for Heat 1 of the dirt, or Heat 2 of the dirt modified. All right, guys, up next, Super Dirt Late Model Heat 1, Garrett Burton, Jamie Fulcher. You think that's it? That might be it. It's not letting it rebound up as quick, you know. It's like I told you, keep that right front low, baby. Pack that left front. Garrett Burton and Jamie Fulcher are up next. That's a rock crawler. I don't know, Mike. Jeff, he about climbed that wall right there with it. Well, he did. He took that front wheel and rode it right up the wall. It's pretty crazy. We see Garrett Burton there getting his car placed there in the first position, followed by Jamie Fulcher. He's getting his fuel cell, he says, put in the car. Going to start adding a few more tables here in Lanes Raceway as we're starting to expand a little bit here, getting more and more people racing. We want to spread some of them out a little bit, let them have a little bit more room to work on their stuff. So I think we're going to be making either 3 or 4 tables in the next week or so. All right, guys, listen for the tone. Super late model, you know the nastiness that is super late model. Let's see if these guys can make it a full race without flipping, because these cars are fast. Whew. So we see Jamie Fulcher, he's keeping his in line here, now taking the lead. Jamie Fulcher there with 2 laps. Garrett Burton struggling here in the super late model a little bit. Jamie Fulcher now a full lap up on him as it goes into turn 1 and 2. Jamie Fulcher just using the trigger control here. Less is more for sure as he's hanging it in there, and he's doing it so good as he makes a nice turn in 1 to 2. Jamie Fulcher is starting to reel in Garrett Burton a little bit there. They're about half a lap track different from each other. Jamie, they're getting caught up on the back stretch here. It looks like Garrett Burton's coming up on his backside as he gets used to it. Oh, they tail in with one another, and he takes in front there, taking the lead. Garrett Burton now in the lead as he's finally found his rhythm in the black car. Garrett Burton turning 15 laps so far. Jamie Fulcher keeping his car in tow, though, for sure. Garrett Burton swipes him there a little bit as both of them are rolling hard here. Red flag. You're good. You're good right there. All right, listen for the tone. Garrett Burton is going to bring it home. Garrett Burton followed by Jamie Fulcher, less than a lap down. All right, up next, Blake Panel, Gabriel Kirtley's Dirt Super Late Model. Found your rhythm there, didn't you, Garrett? Yeah, it was rough. All right, guys, listen for that tone. Blake Panel there running the high side. These cars gripping a whole lot more than they was in the feature for the super late model. Jason Howard able to bring home that. Red flag. Gabriel and Blake both been working pretty hard on their super late models here. It's no surprise that both these guys are in the same class together here. Gabriel Kirtley checking up there on turn 2. Blake Panel rushing, trying to get whatever kind of scrub time he can as he rolls the whole high side there. 14 laps. These cars are humming, folks. Going to be a very interesting A-main, to say the very least. Gabriel Kirtley slams it high side. Gabriel flips. Blake flips. Lap time of 2.95 for Gabriel Kirtley. All right, guys, listen for the tone. On the high side, Gabriel Kirtley. Gabriel Kirtley's going to take it 20 laps. Blake Panel 19. That was it. All right, so let's create another round here. Another heat round. Seed by the. It's another heat race, right? Trying to see here. Duplicate round start reverse order. Finish in order. Might have messed up there. Lowest to highest. We need to invert the seating. All right, dirt late model beginner class. Gabriel Kirtley, Chris Henderson, Isaac Shepard. He'll take care of you. That's how they're controlled. Remote control. All right, guys, listen for your tone. 3 cars here in the beginner late model class. Here we go. To the wall goes 1. Gabriel Kirtley in 3rd position. As Chris and Isaac battle back and forth here in the corners. I don't even have to tell them to listen for the tone anymore. They already know. It's got 3 of them rolling here deep. Chris Henderson out in the lead, followed by Gabriel Kirtley and Isaac Shepard. As they bunch back up a little bit, Isaac Shepard trying to find some room here to make a pass on Gabriel Kirtley. Gabriel holding it down in the second turn. Isaac taking that low side there, just trying to get whatever time he can going to the high side there. Trying to keep momentum up. So they're about side by side now. Moves probably fixing to be made here in the second and third corner. Gabriel falls behind Isaac. Isaac now in second position. Could be battery issues as Isaac hits the bottom. Gabriel takes back the spot. Race to the finish line. Gabriel's going to pull ahead just by a hair. As we see Isaac now swapping back over with Gabriel, taking that spot again. Isaac comes down on Gabriel to stop the pass. Isaac currently in second position. Chris about to make a lap on the guys with 1 lap left to go. I think we're going to see it here. Chris Henderson first. Isaac Shepard second. Gabriel Kirtley third. That's it. All right, heat number 2 for the dirt late model beginner class is Jamie Fulcher, Garrett Burden, and Blake Pinnell. You should have seen Blake give me a look. Huh? What'd you say, Blake? No, dirt late model. Yeah. I thought he was looking at me because I said Blake Pinnell. I tried to put a little panache on that last name. Yes, sir. Huh? Pinnell? Hey, Blake Pinnell is that pinky out. You know, when you hear Pinnell, it automatically makes you think this guy's serious. I've known Blake my whole life. Good buddies growing up. Jamie Fulcher bringing his 13 ride here. All right, guys, listen for the tone. Around about the first lap here, Jamie Fulcher currently in the lead. Now Garrett Burden, Jamie Fulcher in second as he spins out. Blake Panel's going to take third position. Or second position, excuse me. Right now Garrett Burden holding a nice crisp line here. Blake Panel still battling it out with Jamie Fulcher there as he takes the low side in turn 1 and 2. He's able to make a clean pass here. Jamie looks like his battery might be down just a smidgen here as he's losing a little bit of power. Garrett Burden out to a commanding lead now, almost a full lap here. Garrett's got a nice smooth rotation here with the RC cars hanging to the high outside. As he comes into contact with Jamie Fulcher, this is giving a little leeway here for Blake Panel as they're now on the same lap together. Blake Panel running around, going to take that lead over that one incident. That's all it takes, folks. Garrett Burden's going to try to make some moves here as he takes to the high side. Both of them racing each other clean. 5 laps left to go. Boils down to this. Blake Panel making some pretty good block moves as they both get involved in a red flag condition. All right, listen for the tone. And we're back under green here. Garrett Burden. Blake got smoked there by Jamie Fulcher. Garrett Burden back in the lead by almost a full lap here. And Garrett Burden, first place. Blake Pennell, second. Jamie Fulcher, third. All right, up next, Heat 1 of Dirt Modified. Garrett Burden, Gabriel Kirtley, first heat. I haven't, man. Those are all consigned from individuals in the area, sold as is. Uh, so, I mean, you're basically buying pretty models. The drivability is questionable. I would say a lot of them probably got some tires that need to be replaced, but or that some of them are that way too. But buy at your own discretion. I do have new cars on the other side, but you know I've not had any complaints about the cars being sold in the concession. So, you know, a lot of them come out good. Some of them come out a little less quality, but all of them will run down the track. I don't think I've had one that hasn't ran down the track, so that's good. Do you? Here comes Garrett Burden with a fresh battery, folks, lining up in that first position because they will not get staggered into the heat races. Where they finish is where they finish for the heat race. All right, Jordan, be careful. All right, guys, listen for that tone. We roll through Garrett Burden and Gabriel Kirtley side by side here. Gabriel Kirtley taking the high side, tickling Garrett a little bit. Gabriel Kirtley pays for it by trying to rub Garrett's back in, now front wheel locked into the bottom side of the corner. It doesn't always pay to be greedy when it comes to the race. All right, guys, let's for the tone. We're back underway. Gabriel's got a lot of work to make up to try to catch Garrett. Garrett's been pretty good on point with this car class here as he is around about that third lap there. Looks like he is possibly catching Gabriel a little bit. Gabriel is turning a faster average by about 4/10 of a second. So this pace, Gabriel is quicker. We're going to have to see Garrett fend him off here in probably the next lap. As Gabriel comes down on the low side here. Coming up about 4 car lengths difference. He swings high and Gabriel takes the lead. Gabriel now in the lead, 11 total laps as he crashes a red flag condition. Garrett down low, playing a little rough with Gabriel as he spins him out. Garrett needs to get around quick. Oh, and he gets hammered by Gabriel. He's going to have to do something. He don't know what he's doing, which way that controller's going. He gets her back under control. Gabriel Kirtley take a pretty commanding lead there now, about a full solid lap up. He's going to need Gabriel to have a crash. Gabriel Kirtley is going to take first place, followed by Garrett Burden. All right, second heat. Jeff McMahon, Jamie Fulcher, Dirt Modified. Jeff McMahon coming off a fresh victory off of the first heat here. All right, guys, listen for your tone. Round about the first corner here. Looks like Jamie Fulcher in some issues there in the first and second corner. Jeff McMahon there now currently 2 laps as he gets caught up in the backstretch there, giving Jamie a little bit of leeway there. Jeff McMahon currently in the lead, 5 laps. Tim Hall had a great time tonight. Thank you, Tim. I'm glad you had a good night. Everybody has a good night when they take home a couple A-main finishes, don't they, Tim? So we got a roundabout here. Jeff McMahon there, 9 laps. Jamie Fulcher, 8 laps. Both of them kind of caught up in each other as Jeff spins him out. Tim says yes. Jeff McMahon 11 laps now. Jamie Fulcher 10. Tim Hall's definitely been putting in the work for his cars, though, so it is much earned. He's probably put the most work in on his cars in the past 2 weeks, more than anybody else. Now, I would say, be close between Gabriel and Jason on how much work they put in, and I don't know about Chris and Isaac how much they put in here recently, but I do know Gabriel's come in on a few days that ended up being all right. All right, looks like we got a spam viewer here. We're going to go ahead and delete their stuff here. All right. Jeff McMahon currently in the lead with 18 laps. Jamie Fulcher there, 16. And Jeff McMahon looks like he's going to bring it home again. Jeff McMahon, first place. Jamie Fulcher, second. All right, guys. Second heat, first heat, super dirt late model, Blake Pennell, Gabriel Kirtley. Blake, I'm going to need to see that pinky when you come around here. Stick that pinky out. There we go. Blake got that pinky out, folks. A really good looking car, though. I will say this, he done an exceptional job painting that car. It looks like a plum freshly plucked off of a springtime plum tree. So Blake is going to line up car 1 here. Gabriel Kirtley is going to line up car 2. This is a really good, strong possibility for these cars. They're so lightweight and fast, it's brutal. All right, guys, listen for the tone. Round about the first lap here. Gabriel on the inside. Blake dive bombing low. Gabriel Kirtley's going to hang on to it. These guys are ripping. So far, so good. They're keeping it within about 6 car lengths here. Gabriel is on another level here, as you can hear the whine from the transmission or the rear end of this car as he's hitting those corners perfectly. It's not even clocking up. It did clock up as fast as 2.920. As Gabriel gets in an incident here, about a half track difference between the two racers here. Gabriel Kirtley turning 11. Those coilovers are a different thing on the super late model class. He also has the digital servo in his car. These guys being able to hold these cars like this is incredible to me. Oh, as we get our first incident and a red flag. I thought he was going to make it all race long. We see Isaac there. His fastest lap, well, it disappeared. All right, listen for the tone. All right, Gabriel Kirtley's going to bring it home. 20 laps. Blake Panel, 19. Fastest lap of 2.890. Smoking fast. All right. Second heat, super dirt late model, Jamie Fulcher, Garrett Burden. Garrett's excited. Garrett's smiling. He's ready to put in some impressive times, too, on the super late model. I would say the digital servo is a big help in those, as it's a bigger cog on the end of that servo, and it's digital. That when you come out of those corners really, really fast, you're not making really twitchy moves, and it keeps the car from turning around on you. So I would say it's probably a pretty good investment, those digital servos. All right, guys, listen for the tone. Round about the first one here. Will these guys get in a good rhythm again like they did before? So we see a pass on the inside and a red flag condition. Jamie Fulcher currently in the lead. Matt Green racing. Jamie Fulcher now finding his groove in the super late model. So he's hanging on to that lead by about a quarter of a track. But Garrett Burden's rushing down low on the low side here as he's going to make a pass. Oh, he shoots Jamie Fulcher to the outside. He's now got advantage. And he's humming pretty quick times too, 3.40s. You can actually hear the tires squealing going around the corners. As Garrett Burden takes another lap here. Now a full lap ahead of Jamie, but Jamie's keeping her in tow. Not causing any kind of incidents or nothing like that. Trying to find his rhythm. Garrett's somewhat all over the place right now. As he comes in behind Jamie, pushes Jamie again to the high outside as Jamie has had enough. He comes back up in Garrett Burden and flops him. And here we go. Oh my. No. Sorry. All right, Garrett Burden's going to take first place. Jamie Fulcher second. And that is the end of our heats here. We're going to head over to the schedule, create us a new round here. And we're heading into the mains, folks. Best individual result from the heats. Prior results. Main seating results. Looks good. Races per class. 5A main, 1B main. And I think we're good. So Jamie Fulcher is just going to get pushed right on into the beginner class here. Yeah, that would have been the B main for Jamie. No, you get bumped. All right, 6 racers. Dirt late model beginner class, A main. 50 lapper. Isaac Shepard in first. Gabriel Kirtley second. Chris Henderson third. Garrett Burden fourth. Blake Panel fifth. Jamie Fulcher sixth. First place is getting $5 in Lanes Raceway track bucks. $5. T write out a 2 $5 track bucks or 3 $5 track bucks for the mains. T, did you hear me? Put the phone down for one. Write out 3 $5 track bucks for each one of the winners in this. This may not be as prestigious as getting one of the A main winners or the B main winners for our main events in our first races, but it's still $5 in track bucks. You're racing for something. Keeps you from making idiot moves, I guess, because everybody wants to make it to the end. All right, guys, listen for the tone. Red flag. And right now, Isaac Shepard in the lead as we're all beating and banging, coming off the corners here with a freshly clean track here. Red flag. Gabriel, Chris, Jamie, go behind the line. Gabriel, Chris, and Jamie are the only ones that red lit. Okay. Isaac, Blake, go behind the line. We good? Isaac Shepard currently in the lead by a full lap here. Red flag. So we see Blake getting turned around there at the start-finish line. Several cars getting hit here. Gabriel Kirtley now taking the lead. Three cars and 3 cars. They line up here, one car on another. Red flag, Chris, Isaac, Blake, back behind the line. It is definitely a different style of racing when everybody's out there racing, trying to find their lines. We hear a lot more wall hits for some reason, and I don't know why that is, but nonetheless, got about 30 laps left to go in this A main feature here. Isaac Shepard, Garrett Burden, 1 lap down from Gabriel Kirtley. Ho! As we see a car flipped several times on the back stretch. All right, guys, let's for the tone. Whoops. We see Blake Panel holding his line there against 3 other individuals. They went 3 wide. That was pretty spectacular looking, to say the least. Gabriel Kirtley hanging on to the lead, but he's got 2 guys right behind him, Isaac Shepard and Garrett Burden. Gabriel Kirtley about a full lap up on him as he's about to start passing some of them. Isaac, Chris, go behind the line. Laps. Gabriel Kirtley right at a full lap ahead. Isaac, Blake behind the line. Gabriel Kirtley currently 1 lap up. But it's a close race between these guys. A real close race between Garrett and Isaac. 10 laps left to go. Blake behind the line. Now that we kind of understand how this software works. Chris behind the line. No, only the ones that red light out go behind the line. Yep. I'm keeping track of it because evidently you guys can't. When I hit it, when I see red lights pop up, I tell you guys get behind the line. Blake, you made it. You need to go through. Yep. It did pick it up. If you want to. All right, guys. Nobody's upside down. Keep rolling or lose. Ah, it's red. Chris, Isaac, Garrett, and Jamie all behind the line. Four laps left to go. Gabriel Kirtley is going to bring home a win, followed by Isaac Shepard, 48 laps. Garrett Burden, 48 laps in third. 47, Chris Henderson. 43, Blake Pinnell. 40 for Jamie Fulcher. That's his racer name. Blake Pinnell is his racer name. All right, we're going to finish this race, and it is official. They're going to get their pictures made, and then we're going to head right into the A main dirt modified. Way to go, Isaac. All right, guys, after they get their pictures done, we're going to the A main dirt modified. Jeff McMahon first, Gabriel Kirtley second, Garrett Burden third, and Jamie Fulcher fourth. What's going on? Yeah, that's what it is. Because, see, what was it, last week or the week before when we had 6 of these in this class? We couldn't hardly turn a lap. Yeah. Jeff, you'll be in first position. Gabriel, you'll be in second. Garrett, you'll be in third. And Jamie, you'll be in fourth. I'm just telling you how the computers lined you up. Gabriel Kirtley getting his car slotted in the second position here, waiting on Garrett Burden and Jamie Fulcher. $5 in track bucks to the winner. $5 bounty on him. Hey, I'll tell you what, he gets it this week, we'll put a $5 bounty on him. Next week we'll be racing for 10. Yeah, he'll get 10 if he gets first, but if you get first, you'll get 10. But then that puts a bounty on your head for the following week. All right, guys, listen for that tone. Here we go. Ooh, Jamie Fulcher coming around hard in the start finish. Jamie needs to come behind the finish line. Gabriel's going to flip the old car over. All right, listen for the tone. Nice move there by Garrett Burden, narrowly missing some incidents there. Gabriel, Jamie, and Garrett all on the same line here. Garrett pushing cars. Red light. Gabriel, Jeff, back behind the line. Guys are a lot smoother than whenever this class first started, for sure. Jeff having trouble getting his car turned around there. Red. Gabriel behind the line. Gabriel currently in the lead by 1 lap. But Garrett Burden really pushing strong here. He just needs Gabriel to get caught up in an incident. As he makes a nice move on the outside now, right behind Gabriel Kirtley. 3 of them, 4 of them involved. Are we going to get a flip? Nobody's flipped yet. Red light. Red. Hang on, guys. I got an access token that went out. 1 sec. Guys, y'all going to have to wait on me. I told you I had an access token out. I can't control the race without it open. I can't do it, man. Oh, I thought it was red. Okay. "25 laps, Gabriel Kirtley, him and Garrett side by side here. Did it go red? It's not making noise now. Might be just losing a little bit of internet connection here, folks. You guys know how it is when it gets towards the end parts of the night here. Spectrum likes to lose all kinds of internet. A little hop, skip, and a jump there on 3 and 4 there as Jamie and Jeff get involved in a little bit of an incident there. Garrett Burden now in the lead. Red flag. "15 laps to go. Garrett Burden's got him a lead here, and there's his cars flying everywhere. Gabriel Kirtley right behind Garrett Burden right now. So we get a little bit of lag there in the live stream. Garrett Burden gets hooked. Gabriel Kirtley now, I believe, back in the lead. Or no, Garrett's still in the lead by 1 lap. Gabriel Kirtley not making it easy on Garrett. Gabriel Kirtley sliding out on 3 and 4. Back stretch getting crazy. Garrett Burden still hanging on to it. Oh, as he gets spun out, Gabriel Kirtley making up some moves here as Garrett and Gabriel both get tied up. 3 laps to go. It's bowling down to the little bits here. 2 laps to go. 1 lap to go. Gabriel and Garrett both at the start finish line. Gabriel 49 takes the lead. Garrett 49. And Gabriel Kirtley is going to come back and get it because of a wreck at the very end on Garrett. I haven't checked any of y'all's cars tonight. That is for sale, Gabriel says. Gabriel Kirtley takes home another main feature win here, 50 laps. Garrett Burden had it in the bag the whole race and gave it up to Gabriel right there at the end, 49 laps for second place. Jamie Fulcher third with 39. That'll be your podium finish here. Jeff McMahon there in fourth, only 2 laps down from Jamie Fulcher. And this is going to be official. All right, Jamie Fulcher there in the B main by himself, so we're going to go ahead and move him up. All right, guys, final race of the evening, A main feature. Gabriel Kirtley, Garrett Burden, Blake Panel, Jamie Fulcher. Gabriel and Chris saying they can already hear Jason right now. The only reason Gabriel won is because Jason wasn't there. That thing climbed that pole a while ago. It's weird. It's not very fast. It's really torquey. Yep, Gabriel will line up in first position. Second position, Garrett Burden. Blake Panel, third position. And Jamie Fulcher, fourth position. This will be our final race of the evening here, folks. Super late model for the live stream. I don't know if the guys are going to want to run some more or not. If they do, we will run some more. But this will be our last for the live stream. Right now we got Blake Panel in third, Gabriel in first, lined up. Garrito the Burrito in second position, and Jamie Fulcher, also known as the Fry Daddy. All right, guys, listen for the tone. 50 laps. Red light. Yep, it is. I'm going to restart that, folks. Not even 1 lap down. All right, listen for the tone. And we've made 1 lap now. We are in racing business. Gabriel Kirtley out into an early lead here. Got the Longhorn chassis. making some really aggressive moves here. Very quick. 3.009, the fastest. No flips yet. Everybody's battling. Red flag. Actually going better than our first super. Red. Gabriel Kirtley, like I said, out into an early lead here as he goes on the inside, touching one of the cars there. The track definitely grippier than it was in the first one. We got a lot less cars here so far after the main events. Oh my, hard hits here, very hard hits. Hopefully those chassis are okay. Red flag. Jamie, you did get the lap. All right, Jamie Gabriel behind the line. Donuts in 1 and 2. Several cars in incidents. Blake behind the line. Listen for the tone, fellas. Yeah, grab that. Got it. Garrett Burden behind the line. Garrett behind the line. 9 laps, fellas. All right, Gabriel's going to win it. Jamie Fulcher second. Garrett Burden third. Blake Panel fourth. All right, folks, what an eventful evening here as we've had several wrecks, a lot of racing, a lot of good racing, a lot of bad racing. A little mix of all things here at Lanes Raceway. Thank you guys for tuning in to this Tuesday's RC race here at Lanes Raceway. God bless you guys, and we'll see you here next Tuesday. Don't forget, coming up probably Thursday or Friday, I think we're going to have drag racing here. Try to get a live stream going for that so you can watch some drag racing action. Hopefully we can get the other camera going on the front of the drag strip. And then, of course, Sundays will be our Four Crowns race here at Lanes Raceway. God bless you guys. See you then.